Ketosis is a state of fat burning. So when you're in ketosis, you're making something called ketones. What are ketones? Ketones are those things that, it's a type of fuel for the body that's alternative fuel than actual sugar or glucose. So ketones would be like riding a car using electricity versus diesel fuel, which is more sugar. So it's a cleaner fuel source. It's an alternative fuel source that will give a person way more energy than glucose. So even professional athletes can far outrun and perform on ketosis.
I see ketosis as being a very legitimate way of accessing energy, a very legitimate way of taking the hardwiring, the genetic wiring that we have, which sort of anticipates that the brain will want to use ketone bodies, that the cardiac muscle will thrive on it, that that the brain ultimately probably wants to reduce its glucose load. We have all that metabolic programming there if we decide to go down that pathway.
By keto adapting, you actually get access to, ready and easy access to your much larger reserves of fuel.
Right.
And if one is overweight, which neither you are nor I are at this point, if one's overweight, it makes it much more feasible to lose the extra weight and get down to a lean body weight.
For those of you who have seen the maps in the United States, there's been a sharp hockey stick in body mass index and obesity. And why is that? Well, we now have the greatest institutions in the United States coming out and explaining why. We have institutions such as the Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, Stanford, Northwestern, Vanderbilt. I can go down the list, talking about how we have been self-deceived. We thought it was cholesterol, we thought it was saturated fats.
It really does knock up against conventional wisdom, and so a lot of the scientific community will go, well, where are your published studies? And we can certainly give them the published studies that trickle down over time, but my basic response is, wait a minute, I have thousands of testimonials that are this long about every detail that these people did to lose 50 pounds or 75 pounds.
I estimate my weight was probably close to 190, and it went down to 150, and then bounced up a little bit. So I hover around 160 now, and it doesn't seem to matter how much I eat or how much I exercise. It's always right around 160.
In order to maintain this optimum access to body fat fuel, one needs to, in essence, stay in a ketogenic state. And the benefits of nutritional ketosis are quite simply the fact that the brain has a continuous supply of fuel. You don't go through highs and lows of fuel, which when the fuel supply goes low, the brain gets anxious and tells you go eat. That's cravings or hunger.
And the reason being, again, your body starts burning its own body fat for energy. And think about this, your body will also then continue to burn fat even while you're sleeping at night. So your body is burning fat 24/7. It's not just burning the fat you consume, it's burning your own body fat. That's why it's the most effective way to burn fat fast.
And now the greatest medical minds are admitting this, including our cardiovascular surgeons. And now we know what the truth is. And we also know what the solution is.